Hi guys, this is Jungleintuitive. My name is Bird, and I'm here with a quick collective reading. I don't have a lot of time right now. I have about 30 minutes. I don't really have a spot to do it in also, so I hope that you guys can hear me. I am in my car. I'm driving to a better spot right now because this spot is a little bit weird. So hopefully you guys can hear me as I am driving. I do not have my headphones, so you know what? I'll fix the sound in post. But I just felt like I had to at least figure out how to get some messages out, even though I don't have a spot right now to do it in that is uninterrupted. So I'm just gonna see how this goes until the time is cut off, because I have plans today. I have 3D plans to deal with, you know. So we're just gonna wing it right now. See if you can hear me. If this reading doesn't go through, it doesn't go through. I'm not gonna post it. But if this sound is good in this video, then I'm gonna end up posting it. And this means that it was meant to be out there. So I just wanted my cards are next to me right now. I'm not gonna pull them until I find a better place to park. So I got a weird download this morning. Have you seen this Thai movie that I watched a little while ago that I absolutely love, and it's called The Medium. And in The Medium, it's like it deals with like a lot of shamans, a lot of a lot of magic, a lot of really cool stuff. I suggest watching it if you like disturbing horror movies. It is a little bit slightly like disturbing. So here's what happens. It's like about a woman who is possessed by like some sort of entity, dark entity, because they have like a generational family curse on them due to incest, and they didn't know this until they brought the shaman in and the medium, who is like a psychic. Like she's a shaman. She knows how to deal with like spiritual stuff, possessions, things like this, in a Thai Buddhist style. So as I'm driving out here, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm just yelling because I don't have headphones. All right, I know you guys complain about my sound, but I can't afford headphones right now, or every time I go buy some, they just don't let me have it. So this is the best I can do. So anyways, in the movie, they didn't know why this young woman was just like doing all this crazy shit, like hurting herself, sleeping with like 50 men, throughout the night. And it was because she secretly had like a thing with her brother, and it was gross. It was gross, right? And they had to do like a whole Buddhist exorcism, and they brought in like over like I think like 30 shamans, and in the end everybody died. Like, oh shit, I don't know, my car is acting up a little bit weird right now. Basically in the end of the movie, everybody like died. It had to do with like lack of faith. The moral, not the moral, but I guess like the whole the whole end of the story was something about like having a lack of faith. Okay, like they stopped having faith in the process of the exorcism, and they failed, and they let the dark entity win, right? So I'm getting some sort of crazy like download here about I don't know why my car is acting up right now. It's having a hard time pushing, so let's pray on this one, so what's going on? So also, I tried to do a reading yesterday. I freaking failed. I had in the middle of a reading I did yesterday, I had an extreme like allergic reaction on my face. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm going to just basically repeat everything that I picked up in that reading, because I feel like they didn't want me to tell you this. And I'm going to relate it around to my downloads that I've been receiving all morning. So some cities I'm hearing is Lagos, Nigeria, Paris, France, London, New York, what else am I hearing? Beijing, Bangkok, Hanoi, Saigon, Houston, Miami, Atlanta, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Tucson, Seattle, what else am I hearing? What else have you got for me? What else have you got for me? Mexico City. What else have you got for me? Zurich? Is Zurich a city? I think that's a city. Alright. We're getting into a slightly better place for parking. There's a lot of energies here and a lot of people here. Probably a lot of cruising people too, so I don't want to get in like this. I don't like the energy, you know, I don't like to park out here. It's weird, a lot of people parking here. But hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, so I got some people parked over here. I'm gonna try to get to a more discreet spot so I'm not as interrupted, because I do have ADHD, I do have autism. Things just fucking, I pick on too much shit. Basically, I pick up on too much shit, and I need to isolate myself. That's why sometimes I need to close my eyes, because I need to, like, put myself in an isolation. So, I'm just gonna hope for the best until I run out of time, okay, guys? Because I really need to get this message out. It seems like there's so many little tiny obstacles going on against having your message. Hopefully you guys can hear me, going against your message right now. So I think that it's really important that I come and that I just finish it, that I get through with it. This isn't, you know, I don't have my tripod freaking broke, you know, right now, or my phone holder. It's not going to be perfect, but this is a message, you know, this is really important. I need to get this out. So thank you for being here. I know this isn't my usual thing. This isn't my usual calm living room with my little cute little Thai music, you know. I'll put that in the community tab if you really miss it or if you're interested, but I need to get into this shit right now. So okay, so yesterday what I picked up on, there's a weird family, okay? There's a weird family. They're kind of medium-sized, about 10 people in this family. They all live in the same house or something like that. It doesn't have to be a family. It could be a cult, or it could be some sort of club, some sort of gang, some sort of organization. But there's a group of people, around 10 people, give or take 10, 12, 15, whatever you want to say. It's a family. They all live in the same house. One of them was judging you really hard. Also, there's something about this family, about how them having a lot of money. Like, they're very used to having a lot of access to abundance. So, sorry, there's so much that I want to say, and I just don't have a lot of time to say it, guys. So I'm just going to do my best to, like, tell you the best I can before I run out of time, all right? So, there's this family. They could be either in your family, or they could be like friends of your family or something like that. Like, they could be like in another, I heard sanction, so they could be another sanction of your family or something, or of a company even. Like, you could be in a company. There's something about this group of people always having more money than you. They always have enough to pay their people, I guess. Like, they're very materialistic people. Like in this family, they could be like your cousins or something, like your rich cousins. I saw it kind of as someone's rich cousins, but you can apply it as you see fit, you know. Like, if it could either be like a family that is in your family, right, and these are like some distant cousins you don't really know, or this could be like some sort of sanction in, like, or other department in your company, and they're kind of like a family because you guys are all a family, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm just gonna get right into it. So there was like some sort of person in this family group that was like, there's something about these people like never being happy for you. There's something about how like these people they act really strange around you. These cousins of yours. These cousins of yours could be older than you. And there's something, they could have been at the age where they could have even babysitted you before, but not everybody. Like it could be as little as like 1 year older than you, or like 10 years to 20 years older than you, or 30 years, or or so. It's really just like, it's up to your story, but basically these people could be older than you, these cousins of yours. I'm also seeing something about like a lot of dogs, cats, animals. I wrote in my notes from yesterday that their backyard is on some Joe Exotic shit. Like they could have like their backyard can look like the freaking GW Zoo, literally. Like this can be like this could be like a family that has a lot of money, but like their backyard looks like freaking zoo. So like they could collect a lot of unusual pets, like lizards, parrots. Like they hoard animals like lizards, parrots, baby gators, I don't know, sharks, leopard sharks, even just a multitude of cats. Like they could have like an amount of animals that is like over the legal limit. I know that, I think here in California you're only allowed to have like 4 cats or 4 dogs in your house or something, due to like health code reasons, and like, so much shit everywhere, poop. But so then this could be like, what is it? This could be like a house, I had a brain fart. This could be like a house where they have over the legal limit of animals. So like it looks like a zoo. It smells like shit. There's like poop everywhere. Some of these people in this family don't live together. Like some of them have their own houses. So that could be this thing. But maybe if this is a company, then this could be like a group of people who are so close that they're like roommates. Like they could be employees of their roommates, or like I said, some sort of gang, some sort of cult, some sort of group of people, some sort of club. And then if not, this could be just another sanction in your family, like I said, like just some sort of distant cousins, aunt, uncle, whatever. And so anyways, these cousins are like richer than you usually. They were older than you. They've been around in your life a long time. I think there's something about these people always had access to resources, and to career, especially career-based resources, like but like they never helped you out. And this could be like, let's say like they're rich. So let's say your cousins are rich because their mom is like a president, or like a manager at Capitol Records. Like she works, let's say she works at the record company, and your cousins have always had it made. Like they always have the nicest electronics, nicest clothes, whatever they want. It's just handed to them, and because their mom is paid really well, or their parents are paid really well, right? And let's say like but like even though their mom is like part of Capitol Records, and they have a lot of money, and they have all the money to buy the best instruments, the best equipment to record, there's something about how like these children, like these cousins of yours, they lack inspiration, and they lack uniqueness and life experience, because they live very like cushioned, privileged lives. There's something about that. And so they have like some sort of resentment towards you, because there's something about, maybe like I said, in this situation, they have like access to like being famous, and these kids always wanted to be famous, or like maybe one of them always wanted to be famous, but like they're just not different enough. And so every time they try, it's like boring, and nobody like really wants to watch them or look at them or notice them, you know what I mean? And there's something about you, like you always have been a very special child. Like you're very, like maybe at a young age you started talking at a very young age, like maybe younger than other kids would, like maybe you started talking at age 2, and like you're very articulate, you were a very deep thinking child growing up, possibly. You could have come up, like, there's something about, like, you're just really different, and also you came from a really humble background, like a way more humble background than these cousins of yours. Like, some of you guys were not really concerned about the same things that these cousins are concerned of, because when you grew up, you had to deal with certain struggles, and certain concerns at a younger age that these kids never would have had to deal with. Like, let's say, like, going to sleep without dinner, or, having to wear the same pair of pants every day for 5 days in the week because you don't have any other pants. Like, they've never had to deal with things like that. I don't think so their lives, their personalities lack flavor because their entire values and their entire goals in life have been riddled with materialism, because it's like kind of like, what, I can have everything that I could possibly want, like, so it's like, I don't know what I need to do to be different, or like, if that makes sense. Like, how can I make myself, like, if they write a song, they don't even know what to write the song about, because like they didn't go through shit in their life. And then it made me think about how how Buddha became Buddha. Okay, this isn't like the exact story, so don't kill me or whatever, but like, I remember, the basic story of Buddha is like, he used to be like a really like privileged prince, like never had to lift a finger, like the most royal, never had to deal with sickness, never had to deal with pain. Like, his life is very perfect as a prince in the palace gates. But they told him, never leave the palace gates, don't ever go over there, it's painful, right? But I don't know, one day I guess he went out there, he had to travel somewhere, and he looked outside of his little carriage, and he saw like the world, and he saw like all the people dying, and like he saw that like this is what real life has been this entire time, and I've been cushioned from that behind the palace gates. And then from then on, he didn't feel right living this way, like going back to the palace gates after seeing all these people sick, dying, poor, famine, not being able to eat, like there's war torn, and that's basically how he became Buddha. He wanted to find the meaning of life. He wanted to find enlightenment. He wanted to find what really meant, because he spent so much of his life just riddled in gold and just comfort, luxury, right? And he couldn't go back after seeing that. Like, he just couldn't. I don't think he felt good, and so he just dedicated the rest of his life to sitting under that tree, meditating, meeting people, blessing, learning, and so forth. You can look more into that. And so when I think about that story, I think about these people, and I think about your cousins. They've never left the palace gates. You have been born outside the gates, or maybe you have had a chance to be inside the gate and outside the inside the palace and outside the palace. Maybe you've had some sort of life like that before. And there's something about how like you have been given like certain skills by God that are like very ethereal. Like, maybe you guys have a very unique singing voice. You guys have a very unique way of displaying your emotions. If you guys are actors, you guys are really healing about how you talk about things. Some of you guys are really comedic, like really funny. I got a rainbow here. Like, you guys are very diverse. You add a lot of color to people's lives. And it's because you've just been through so many different situations. You've been through so many unique things, right, in your life that make the things you create just so unique. Like that's Jungle Collective who made that, for sure. Because there's something about how you put the pain that you've been through, all of the struggles, the real life outside the palace gates, into your work, and it cannot be replicated. It cannot be no one can replicate you. You're too, like, the universe really puts you through like a lot of shit, a lot of sculpting, a lot of chiseling that went through it. It was painful. It's painful to have pieces of your rock lobbed off, okay? It is painful. It's painful to go through situations where you crack, you break, and the pieces fall off of you. But that's what makes you you. That's what made you into a statue. And these people are still stuck in that clay block phase. Do you know what I mean? No one ever stuck a chisel in them and hammered them and made anything fall off. So when people look at them, there is no signature, there is no uniqueness, there's no pain, there's no, I mean, maybe if they have pain, it's, it's not like in a way that is, out of ego. Like it's not beyond ego. Does that make sense? Like, oh, someone made fun of me because I'm too rich or something. Like, no, that's not the right pain. That's not the same pain. They've never been through the intense trauma that you have to go through to cause all of that rock, all of that clay to fall off of your shape. They don't know what that's like. So when they sing a song, or when they make an art, or when they try to copy you even, it doesn't come out right. It comes out like shit. It looks boring as fuck. Because there's no inspiration. Their lyrics are about nothing. And so I think they always had some sort of resentment towards you, always had some sort of hate towards you. I don't know, some sort of like, even though you came from the bottom, like I said, like some of you came from a really, really, really humble beginning. And then if you guys come up a little bit, these people always had something shady to say to you. These cousins of yours, they're never happy for you. They never had one compliment for you. It was always something like very, like, they would go out of their way, honestly, to try to make you feel insecure. But it's really because they are insecure. And then this is going to go back around to the medium story that I'm talking about here. Okay, so there's something going on so these people, whoever these people are, whoever comes to mind that you think of when it comes to these rich cousins of yours who are judgmental and always treated you like shit. If you were being abused, like by your family or by your parents or something, they could have even enabled those abusers. Or if it's like your bosses or managers, maybe they said something to enable those abusive bosses on you, get you fired or get you just grilled. And so, so there's something about how, like, whoever this is, there's something wrong with them. Okay, there's one particular cousin that you had. I don't think you talk to them anymore. You cut them off. There's something about them being like really sick. There's a reason why also they hated you, because you're able to be yourself, but there's something really wrong with this family, okay? Like, I feel like if you guys went to this cousin's house, or whoever this person is, I feel like you went to this house and there was something about the vibe in their house that made you feel like you just could never go back again. Like you, it made you feel off. You were just like, it could have been like it smelled bad, like the house smelled weird, or like their kid was putting poop on the walls. And if you don't know what that means, you can look it up, but like, that's like a really bad sign. That's like a sign of child abuse, like extreme child abuse, when a child is smearing poop on the walls, right? There's something weird, something weird going on in the house. Like there's stains on the carpet. It just looks gross. It smells weird. There's no furniture. There's something wrong with the vibe. And you're a very intuitive person. So like you felt like there could have even been some sort of entities in that home. And there's something could have happened in that house. Maybe even like, maybe you could have heard from someone, like maybe I okay, so maybe like if you have a kid, maybe like your kid went to your cousin's house or whatever, and they saw something really wrong, really inappropriate, and they told you, and you were like, oh fuck no, like I'm never talking to these people again. And then or maybe you saw something about this cousin that was wrong, like maybe you saw them on a dating app, and they're in like a marriage, or you saw them asking for weird stuff, freaky stuff, or you saw them doing something weird, or like there's a weird vibe about them, but they're like your hater, and like it's something like that. Or maybe your family member or your friend went to their house and they saw something and they told you, and you're like, oh, I never want to go to that house again. This confirms everything for me. Or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm telling you, like, maybe there's something weird going on in the house, I'm hearing something about bestiality, or like there's like something really freaky about these people, okay, about your cousin and their spouse, and maybe like something going on in that house. You're right to not go back to that house, okay? Don't go back, don't ever go back, because there's some sort of energy in there. You thought, and so at first you're gonna think, yeah, is that house haunted? Okay, yes, the house that they got is haunted, probably. But this brings me back to the medium story. I have to go really soon. Something happened in that family that is wrong, that you suspect. There's a weird vibe between them. I feel like there's something that has to do with incest that has happened in that family that has caused some sort of curse on them. And so that's why when you see this person, there's some sort of dark entity, sexual entity, like attached to them, like a dark, like I don't know what you guys call it, but like some sort of spirit, right? Like that is very like sexually like wrong. Like they can't help themselves. Like they're attracted to like animals and children, and like we really extreme porn, and like doing extreme stuff. Like it's like you, if you had a bad vibe about this rich cousin who judged you, and like your kid told you something and you're like, okay, don't ever go there again, then you're right. This is like confirmation basically that you were right to not let them over again. Like don't let your kid to their house, or don't go to their house again. Don't eat any food from them. Also, I'm hearing never eat any food from these people. These people could be the kind of people to make baked goods, but maybe they're kind of ugly. Like maybe they make you like Rice Krispies, but they look like shit. They literally look like poop in a pan. Don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it, okay? If this is another confirmation of this kind of person. And also when you go in their house, it smells weird, it smells musty. That's another confirmation, okay? If they have dogs, cats, whatever, animal, birds, they let the animals shit everywhere all over the house. They don't pick it up. That's another confirmation. They let it sit for days. It smells in there. There's something dark in there, okay? There's something dark in there. This is just a confirmation that there's something dark in that family, or in your one of your cousin's houses that is going on. There's some sort of possession going on. This is just to say to stay away. I feel like you might have recently cut off this person or cut off their family or something, because they love to talk shit about you, or they I don't know, they really, I don't know, maybe you're just going through like a cleansing. Like if you're going through an ascension or a timeline jump, or like a, what do you call it, like a career promotion, I'm seeing you guys kind of like taking the steps to cut out the right people who are not productive to you, productive to your energy. So I feel like these people could have been part of that cut. I said in a previous reading, cut, bitch. Like this could have been one of those cut people. You cut them out. And so like, I feel like they're talking right now and they're trying to think of ways to stop you. But also, if you haven't noticed, your energy is a lot lighter, because these people were sending energy work towards you. They were sending magic towards you. You were wondering, how am I you know, I'm connected to my cousins, right? Back then, I'm having all this bad luck happen to me, or have this dark energy happen to me, this evil eye happen to me, but like they don't know anyone I know, so why am I having all these problems? It's because these people, they have a lot of, you know, they have enough money, so they had the money to pay some sort of practitioners to put some sort of curse on you, because they were jealous of your singing voice. They were jealous of your natural born given talents by God. It doesn't have to be singing, it could be dancing, it could be acting, it could be rapping, it could be writing, it could be like literally anything, art, painting, some sort of thing that you do something really well, better, low-key better than these family members, and they hated you, and so they tried to send some sort of practitioner curse towards you. Like they paid a lot of practitioners because they have money, because their parents or whoever, or their money is like from like their family, so they, or whatever, so they're able to I'm also here, maybe those cities that I stated in the beginning of the video have to do with like places where the practitioner is, because I also heard a story this morning about how like people go to their home country, people's family members go to their home country, and then they go and they pay a psychic at the said home country, and they put like a fucking curse on you, right, or something, or put a curse on somebody, and then the whole process to undo it is really hard for those people, because they have to go and take a plane ticket or call somebody and hope that person answers. Because sometimes when you pay a practitioner, sometimes when you get a practitioner to go against somebody who is very, 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 very protected by the divine and has like a higher purpose, that practitioner can suffer from actual health defects, especially if you don't ask the person. If you're not aware of the karma and you just throw spells or throw dark stuff, dark attacks, energy work, or even whatever on people willy-nilly, and you don't even know what the whole truth of the story is, then you know you're going to suffer deeply. Because what if a murderer came to you and was like, oh, I need you to get rid of this person for me because they blah 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 me, but they lied, they just wanted you to get rid of someone for them, and you did it. And it could have been like a really innocent person that like had kids and like a, you know, and like didn't do shit to anybody, never had hurt a fly, just like was a good person, you know. How would you, that's bad karma on you. So, you know, I feel like but that's like certain I feel like those are like practitioners that aren't usually like, you know, if they don't have karma, they don't really have faith, those people don't really last very long, they age very fast, you know. And so like you know, so-called shamans or whatever, practitioners, witches or whatever, they yeah, anyways, it's not hard to find people like that who don't have an understanding of karma. Basically, these people found lower level practitioners who don't do their research, or who don't do stuff for the greater good, basically, to attack you and attack your talents, maybe for a little while, if you guys are a singer, or if you guys are drawing, or if you guys do any sort of work at all that you are good at. For a while you weren't able to. Some of you guys could have felt like Ariel, like you could have tried to sing and it just didn't come out right, or you could have tried to rap and you just couldn't come up with the words, you couldn't remember anything, or you couldn't write anything right. You could have tried to talk to people, like if you are a public speaker, you tried to talk and you just had bad grammar. You're just like, oh, well, like you just couldn't say it right. And it's because these people were trying to send like spells to you that were going to bind you from becoming successful and from the world seeing you, because they were jealous of your natural born talents and how they just didn't have any diversity. They don't have any diversity. They've never left the palace gates. They've never left out and experienced the world, experienced problems that God actually put out there for you to learn karma, learn your lessons, so that you sculpt yourself and become this beautiful individual thing that people will actually remember, will actually think about, will actually think, you know, and so forth. And then you become an employee to God. But like, these people, I feel like they're not really going to ever really get to that point, or until they let go of materialism. because there's a certain safety net about materialism, right? Like I said, when Buddha was stuck inside the palace gates, it's safe. It's safe inside the materialism, inside the gold. But when they're too afraid to ever like leave the gates, leave the suburbs, leave the whatever, the gates, you know what I mean? They're too afraid to do that and experience life and stuff like that. So they just never have the inspiration. And instead, you know, maybe you're somebody who has had to be outside the gates. You're somebody who has had to experience life, experience things, experience the dark alleyways, experience the dark corners, meet the dark people, meet the light people, the dark people, all the shitty people, learn all the lessons, sculpt yourself. Maybe you're somebody who's been through that, and it's kind of like you, I don't know, you've been through those things and they just can't replicate it. And you know, what else was I gonna say? I just lost my thought. You know how I have ADHD. Maybe that's just a sign that it's time for me to, it's time's up, because I have to go. I have to go on my magic flying carpet now and figure out what this is. But I just wanted to put out a quick message out there for the collective about that real quick, about a quick story that I heard. Yeah, you know, these people could have tried to even call you a poser behind your back, or like even to your face in a low-key way, like, oh, you are a poser, or oh, you think that you're so cool, like in a little joking way. But you guys did something recently where now people see that you're the real fucking deal, and that these weird family members that have more money than you were actually copying you, biting your style, hating on you, sneak dissing you, whatever you want to call it. Now these people are depressed. Now they realize that they're talentless drones and that their dreams are over because they're older than you, and they should have spent the time that they spent hating on you and sending you energy work to actually be your friend, be supportive to you, and I don't know, invest in your business or invest in your success, or be part of whatever your movement is, or be part of whatever, you know. Like I said, if you're a singer, like, you guys could be coming up, or you guys could start to get more attention soon, or you guys are just like, your talents are going to be more seen now, because there's something about how the spells are being returned. Your protection is too strong. But they did go through for a little bit, but it was for your protection, because maybe they sent these attacks to you when you were at a lower vibration, and when you were with, probably in a toxic relationship, or in a toxic situation where you're around people that do not deserve your abundance and actually deserve what you're owed by the divine, in terms to your skills. So they, in a way, you know, their magic was let through on purpose, because it was meant to hide who you really were from these people. But I feel like you took the time to actually learn your lessons, cut those people off, those lower vibration people, maybe those family members, or maybe an ex or something, and just be by yourself and work on yourself, invest in your God-given skills, right? What the universe wants you to actually invest in. And now you're going somewhere, and now these people are all butthurt and like fucking crying and shit, and looking like clowns, looking all, where's that card? Oh, right here. Looking like this, you know, looking like bozo. They're like, oh, we shouldn't have talked shit about Jungle Collective. We shouldn't have said they were unstable or crazy for being spiritual. We shouldn't have said that they're not actually a good singer. We should have put them on. We could have signed them to our mom's job, or we could have put them on. We could have helped them with our resources, because we have more money than them, but we didn't, because we just love to see them struggle. So we're gonna all cry over here, because we're never gonna be anything but more than just plain blocks of clay that by the, you know, it's like, kind of, they're older than you, so they took so much time trying to be perfect and trying to fit into other people's shapes and stuff, that they just never took the time to experience life and become a shape of their own. And that's their, you know, that's their problem, not yours. But anyways, I have to go now, because I have plans. FBI watch list, by the way. Someone's, if it's really that extreme and you saw something at their house, and there might be something found at their house that the authorities might get involved in. Sorry, I gotta go. But anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for being here. I have to dip, because it's like 38 minutes now. If this resonated, feel free to like this, leave a comment, or even email me. I love to hear the tea, and it lets me know that this message is reaching the right people. Anyways, I gotta go. Peace.